Hi everybody, Natasha here from Kimberley Jiggers, and I'm down here in Karratha this morning and I found Florence Drummond. Good morning, Florence.
Good morning, hello everyone, nice to be here in beautiful sunshine Karratha.
On Ngulama country, eh?
Ngulama country, yep.
Yeah, so good, eh? So we're down here for the Developing Northern Australia conference, so we both get to be speakers, and Florence, you spoke this morning and I've got this afternoon session talking about Mugginda makers and what we're doing in that space. But please tell me a little bit about yourself first, a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what you're doing right now.
Yep, no worries, thank you. And I love the work that you're doing as well. A fellow North Queensland girl, so I'm a Darra woman, born and raised on TI. So hello and big love to my Torres Strait Islander families all across the region. Yes, and so my background is in mining. Started in mining quite some time ago, but now I lead a US-based organisation out of my home down south. But it really does look at development partners and how mining can play a really big role in that as well for our future.
Yeah, so that's a really big industry right across Australia. Eh? So that's been a bit of a talking point because we're talking about the development of Northern Australia and how mining is a part of that. So for countrymen listening out there, almost 20% of the population across Northern Australia is Indigenous.
Yeah.
And that 20%, we're here, have about 80% of the interest in the land, as far as being traditional owners. Hey? So this is a really, really important conversation about how Australia's wealth can also be distributed to Indigenous people and how we can be a part of that conversation. And I know you're very passionate about that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, so passionate as well. I think we heard conversations from across Northern Australia around how do we all benefit as a region, across the band. And I think back in the day when we used to share commodities and really used to share all of our items as well to generate wealth, whether it be through food, etc.
Yeah.
But now it's a different conversation. It's about economy. It's about markets. It's about money. So how do we actually do that in a way where we are all firstly at the table? And I think that's one thing that I really wanted to showcase today and really amplify is that even though I work for a global company, there's a lot of case studies out there that we can use, and I think really, Natasha, a little bit sad that this is still something
conversation piece.
Still a conversation. So it's important for us, one, representation, to still be there as part of the conversation, but also inviting many more along as well.
Well, we need authentic partnerships and relationships and collaboration and co-design. And one of the elders here yesterday that welcomed us to this country had a great statement, which is, we are a socialist group with a keen interest in capitalism.
No, we should cheer.
We should
have cheered. But
we should have cheered.
Yeah.
Well, I laughed, but I should have applauded as well. I think it's so fantastic, and it's such an important time for us to be having this conversation. So, Indigenous businesses, the way of the future? What do you reckon?
That is true, because I think often, when we see these conversations taking place, or this on the strategic map that this has to take place, there's a lot of mistrust there. We know that there's a lot of separation because we just don't know how to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what I've found a lot as well is how do you put some frameworks in place, some benchmarking in place to measure that we're building a relationship.
Yeah.
And I think taking away that fear that we're going to fail, because, and as businesses, right, business owners, entrepreneurs, amazing mob doing great things up there, being comfortable with failing is not a bad thing. But I think, when we're dealing with bigger companies, there are delicacies around there. But there's a lot more stakeholders that have got the appetite to learn more, investors who are out there, governments, mob as well. So I think it's growing into a healthy conversation.
Time is changing. I think that's absolutely true. Thank you so much, Florence, and keep up your wonderful work around the community and around the world, I should say. And it's fantastic to catch up with you again.
Thank you.
See you next time, everybody. Bye.